Nilqawlkom għal programm ieħor tal-intervista. Illum se nkunu din niddiskutu il-basketball għandi miegħi lill-plejers tas-sena lil Felice Pace u lil Kristy Galea. Kif tinsabu?
Pretty good ta.
Intom it-tnejn tilgħabu fil-lig Malti, inti tilgħab ma' Naxxar Starlites u inti għadek kif tingħaqad ma' Depiro. Kif sejrin bħalissa fl-istaġun?
Mhux ħażin. Could be better. I mean, but we have our work in progress, and we'll get better game by game. It's still early in the season, so.
U inti Kristy?
Eżatt, sejrin tajbin naħseb qed nibnu bħala tim, coach ġdid, ġifieri għadna qed nidraw lil xulxin. Il-livell qisu kulħadd l-istess bħalissa fil-kampjonat, ġifieri ma stax tgħid qisu fejn ħa nispiċċaw. So ċitata biex naraw fejn jiżvolġi s-season.
Kif tħossukom meta qiskom għandkom il-bidu tal-istaġun u hekk ġejja twila biex ovvjament tippruvaw tirbħu kemm tistgħu, kif tkun l-atmosfera fit-tim u anke għalikom?
No, it's extremely exciting because it's a whole new journey. After you finish a season, you go back to square one. So you start building again, meeting new foreigners every year. So and even just gelling back with your teammates, doing those team building activities, it's always fun and you're always ready to go.
Eżatt, kif qalu ħafna entużjażmu u ovvjament issa bil-bidliet li kien hemm fil-kampjonat tagħna, speċjalment qisu dal-lig għandu storja għalih, ġifieri kulħadd ikun eċitat ovvja biex nibdew biex naraw fejn ħammorru.
U inti Kristy, għamilt bidla kemm xejn kbira għaliex inti kont tilgħab l-Amerika u fil-fatt tista' dan is-sajf ingħaqad ma' Depiro. Nixtieq nistaqsik naqa' fuq l-esperjenza tiegħek illi kellek l-Amerika tilgħab college sports hemmhekk. Simili daqsxejn kif ġibt din l-opportunità.
Ekku, għamilt 4 snin l-Amerika, kelli aġenzija u kienu qishom immarketjawni bħala plejer u kienu approachjawni coaches mill-Amerika. Ovvjament wara l-taqa' magħhom u hekk kienu offrew li scholarship hemmhekk. Naħseb kienet esperjenza, naħseb l-isbaħ esperjenza tal-basketball li qatt kelli. Bħala lik huwa differenti ħafna u ikbar, ħafna travelling, ġifieri kienet ħolma lija.
Kif kont adattajt għal-bidla kbira għaliex inti mort minn Malta tasal kullimkien fi kwarta sakemm ma tispiċċax liħel fi traffic, biex imbagħad mort l-Amerika, post kbir, time zone differenti, anka forsi biex tikkuntatti għall-familja, kontu f'ħinijiet differenti. Kif kont ħassejtek?
Kienet vera surreali għall-ewwel, qisni jien stess ma kont naf għal xi ġdieħla. Imma ftit qisek tibda tidra. Għall-familja għall-ewwel kienet naqa' diffiċli għax qisu meta huma setgħu iċemplu li jien ma stajtx. Allura mbagħad fl-aħħar sibna ħin u dejjem kont inċempilhom kuljum ġifieri, so spiċċajt adattajt sew imma l-ewwel ovvja diffiċli bħal kollox.
U kif tħossok għax anka jien nitkellem jien kont għext barra, allura jsejk meta tkun barra tibni dik iċ-ċertu indipendenza. U kif anke inti kont isek tqassam il-ġurnata tiegħek għax nassumi hemmhekk naħseb kont tistudja wkoll u ma bad tilgħab l-isport u ovvjament issa kienet differenti tittamel l-affarijiet kollha inti.
Ifhem bħal kollox tittadatta. Li nista' ngħid fuq l-Amerika u qisu l-prijorità dejjem l-isport. Allura kienet faċli għalija biex nqassam il-ġurnata għax eżempju tal-iskola kienu jafu li għandi l-basketball, allura eżempju kolli eżami ma kienu jgħidu li tmurx il-basketball ħabba l-eżami, kienu jgħidu li għamil l-eżami qabel u mur il-basketball, ġifieri kienu ħafna cooperative ma' xulxin, so di kienet ħafna biex nistudja u nilgħab.
U mbagħad issa meta ġejt lura Malta ħassejtha diffiċli li terġa' tadatta qisu għall-lifestyle li kellek qabel tlaqt.
To be honest, kelli nsib xogħol ukoll, ġifieri ħajti nbidlet ħafna. Fl-istess ħin qisnu kont drajt ngħix waħdi, so kienet diffiċli nerġa' nidħol id-dar, imma bħal kollox tidra. Imma issa għandi qisu ir-rutina drajta u hekk, so bil-mod drajt.
U inti twilit kbir ta' Malta, u l-karra tiegħek tal-basketball kienet mainly għaw Malta. Kif kont tlaħħaq mal-affarijiet li ħed tagħmel xogħol, studji, iżda kif ukoll li inti kollok tmur titrejnja?
It's tough, but you manage. Like, you have to find a balance in everything that you do. Obviously, you have to have your priorities. And luckily, I had a good support from not only my parents, but even my brother, who was an incredible role model for me. We always managed to balance training and studying and even work, so yes, I don't want to say unfortunately, but in Malta it's very academic based, so it's tough to have a professional career in sports, but again, there are ways to balance both, so that opportunity is still there.
U matul dan is-sajf u anke lejn Settembru, inti kellek opportunità illi tilab fil-FIBA European
Cup.
Qualifiers.
Yes.
Kif kienet dik l-esperjenza?
No, it's completely new experience for, like, it was said 30 years since the last Maltese team took part. And these are professional teams we're playing against, and it's very tough in Malta to have a professional team. So we started as quick as we could, as early as we could. I remember the first session we had was end of July, and we had up to September to prepare. Our mentality was not like normally our best is in April. That's when the playoffs start, the most important games. But we wanted our best to be in September. So it's a very big change. And we were 100% prepared for it. And it showed. We were close against a professional Cyprus team. We only lost the first game by 8 points. And we didn't qualify to the main competition by 8 points. We would have played against teams who have stadiums of 35,000 seats, which is incredible to think of. A small Maltese team, one of the newest in our country, and playing in FIBA Europe qualifiers. And I think our coach Paul Ferrante, he set us up really, really well, and unfortunately we didn't make it, but we could have. Like, we watched the video after. Yes, all right, where everyone's really smart after, but we could have done it. It was small mistakes, and we could have made it. So hopefully we'll get the opportunity again, and we go all the way.
Kif kontet tħossok anka bl-atmosfera għaliex għaw Malta kellkom is-support lokali warajkom, iżda mbagħad meta mortu hemmhekk kellkom is-support ta' tim ieħor.
Yes, it was incredible. I couldn't hear my teammate on the bench next to me. That's how loud it was. And it was like to think on the court, like, I am a point guard, so I take the ball up, I set the team up. It was really difficult because in Malta you're able to talk to them, tell them to go where you want them to go, but they can't hear anything. So we had to switch, use signals, and know from before what we're gonna do. So to adjust, it was a bit difficult, but we managed. And luckily, we have a very good team chemistry. We've been together, the same group, for a number of years now. And we managed to pull a close game.
Għandkom forsi xi metodi illi tużaw qabel il-logħba sabiex intom iskom you block the outside world u tiġu fil-main focus tagħkom illi issa ħatilagħbu, dak li hemm barra ma joċ.
Nasab il-mużika. Onestament, il-mużika tgħinni nibblukja kollox. U fl-istessin jisni meta nisma' l-mużika jisni naf li għandi logħba, nipprepara ruħi mentalment, ġifieri nasab mużika li hija.
Yep, same for me. Like, before a big game, my brother and I, we used to travel together to the games when he was here. So we used to have a particular type of music which we used to listen to before games, and it just used to get us in the zone. So, and it's quite well known in the basketball community. My mom is the loudest in the stadium. If you watch a video, you're gonna hear her for sure. But for some reason, we can't hear her. Like, we are able to block out everything. All we hear is a select number of people, like just the coach and our teammates. That's it. And it's quite Like when I speak to somebody and they ask me like, you don't hear us? Like my mom tells me, you're telling us to scream louder. We can't hear you. So they get surprised when they ask us that we don't hear anyone on the court.
U naħseb jiena dak is-support tal-familja huwa vera importanti u anke meta jiġu ċerti momenti kbar fil-karriera tagħkom għaliex mortu l-Amerika u kontem kompetejt fil-FIBA Europe Cup, iżda wkoll intom plejers tat-tim nazzjonali Malti wkoll. Kif kienet l-ewwel darba illi intom kontu intażiltu mat-tim biex tirrappreżentaw il-pajjiżna?
Nasib l-ewwel darba Flanders kelli 14 u meta intażilt l-ewwel darba mal-kbar kelli 18. Meta kelli 14 ovvja kienet isa l-ikbar ħaġa li qatt. Meta kelli 18 isu ħassejt il-pressure li ma nafx irrid nuri x'naf. Però dejjem kienu nur li nirrappreżenta l-pajjiżi u sallum il-ġurnata xorta isa l-ikbar ħaġa li tista' tiġri fis-sena li tirrappreżenta lil Malta, ġifieri.
Yep, like she said, it's one of the biggest honors you can ever have as a player. And like for me, when I was younger, I was first with the under 16 category at 15. Unfortunately, I had an injury. I could only play one game. But then, luckily enough, a few years later, at 19 years old, I was chosen for seniors. And luckily enough, I've been there ever since. And playing with big names like Samuel De Guara playing in Asia, and Tevin Falzon, Aaron Falzon, these names, it's not something you take lightly, so you remember these for the rest of your life.
U insemmejt li kellek injury, meta ikolkom momenti ek fil-karriera, fortunatament, it's not always high, sometimes it's low. How do you deal with it?
You have to take a step back, You have to let yourself recover and do the best rehabilitation you can. You speak to great doctors, great physios, and just try and come back better than you were,
U ukoll intom ma' tim nazzjonali kontu wkoll labtu fil-kampjonati tal-pajjiżi żgħar tal-FIBA u kont wasaltu sal-finali. Kif matul dik il-kompetizzjoni intom tidu tilagħbu dawn il-lob kollha u tridu żommu il-focus tagħkom sal-aħħar? Kif tiħendiljaw dak il-pressure?
Diffiċli ħafna, però nagħmlu preparamenti ovvja qabel u nippreparaw ruħna mentalment u fiżikament għax physically draining ħafna. Ġifieri kollok 5 logħbiet f'ġimgħa, aħna maħniex imdorrinek, għandek logħba f'ġimgħa hawn Malta. Però bis-saħħa tal-coaches ikonna physical trainers, assistant coaches, kollha jgħinuna biex fil-moment f'dik il-ġimgħa tkun iffukata fil-preżent, tkun fully there, tistudja t-timijiet l-oħrajn u tkun taf x'għandek tagħmel waqt il-logħba. U naħseb nifkaw fuq il-moment u ġurnata b'ġurnata x'inkella ovvjament jekk tiġri b'rasek mhux ħadd mur tajjeb.
Yep, like she said, same thing. You have to study your opponent day by day because sometimes you don't even know who you're going to face in the semifinals or finals. So again, thanks to our coaches, our physical trainers for setting us up and preparing us not only physically but mentally. And yes, we would have prepared what we're going to do against what they do and how to play against that opponent. So yes, luckily we made it to the final. Unfortunately, we didn't get the gold medal, but we can do it, for sure. We have a young team coming up, both male and female, so I think the future is bright.
Kif intom jiskom tħarsu lejn dik eżempju telfa u tgħidu, okay, diħan irkupraw minna issa. Kif tħarsu lejha? Kif tittakiljawa?
Onestament ngħid għalija naħseb l-ikbar ħaġa bħala plejer huwa li titgħallem titlef. Jiena tallimt għax qabel meta nitlef kont qisni ma rridx nara l-logħba, ma rridx naħseb fiha, ma rridx inkun naf x'għamilt. Ma mbagħad qisek ma' żmien titgħallem li alright tlift, issa x'ħan nagħmel. Ġifieri jien dejjem dik il-ġurnata stess nerġa' nara l-logħba, nara fejn mort ħażin u nara kif nista' nimprovja. Għax m'għandekx kontroll issa fuq li ġara, għandek kontroll fuq li ġej, ġifieri hekk nipprova nittakilja.
Yep, Eżatt. You have to learn how to lose. And just try and take the best out of what you did. And you can't change the past. You have to look to the future and try and improve for the next game. You have to take one step at a time.
U inti semmejt li wkoll li inti kont telab il-futbol qabel u imbagħad għamilt il-bidla u kont għażilt il-basketball. Kellimni daqsxejn fuq din l-esperjenza u għala mbagħad għażilt il-basketball x'ġibtek lejh.
So I used to do a lot more sports like water polo, swimming, and football. And yes, balancing time was tough. And I enjoyed every sport I did. Like luckily my parents could help me and take me to these sessions. And I think that actually helped me as a character-wise to where I am today. Because these were all team sports. And it built me as a leader to help my teammates when I can. But then when I got older, it was tough to balance one sport and another with school and training clashing. And as you're getting older, you're progressing in one sport where you're training with the academy of national team and it's clashing with other sessions. So then you need to figure out something has to give. And you can't drop school, obviously not. So you have to find time for studies and training. And I had made it with the academy and national team of basketball at the time. So something had to give. So the other sports had to go. And, luckily I did well in school as well. So, yep. And I'm here now, basketball, doing well, I guess,
U kif tħossu konx inti eżempju semmejt illi anke meta titla' man-nazzjonal tilagħbu ma' ċerti players, ovvjament illi għandhom profil kbir f'pajjiżna. Kif tħossukom meta tiltaqgħu magħhom u anke jiskom dak li intom tistgħu tieħdu minn għandhom forsi wkoll bħala esperjenza?
Ovvjament, anka ħna għandna players li jiġu minn barra biex jgħinuna fin-nazzjonal. Għall-ewwel qisek tkun hesitant biex tara kif ħajmorru fit-tim, imma dejjem jgħinuna. Ġifieri tara l-work ethic tagħhom, dejjem titgħallem minnhom. To be honest, grata li jiġu daw mill-players għax jollunna l-level u qisu tara fiex tista' improvja inti bħala player biex tibqa' tipprogressa bħal mamlu huma.
For me, when you hear about these new players coming to compete with you, you become like a little kid again. So like you try learn whatever you can, become a sponge, what they do, and like you mentioned, their work ethic. And that just not only rubs off on you, but even all the others. So everyone has to step up and like you make a big jump as a team. And I think that really helps a lot.
U issa intom jiskom ukoll qed tkunu role models għat-talent illi qiegħed jikber ukoll għaliex fil-verità feta żejju intom kontu il-plejers tas-sena, kif ħassejtukom meta ħadtu dak l-onur?
To be honest, assistan immaġina li jiena role model għax jiena qisni dejjem ħarist lejn xi ħadd, speċjalment meta nilgħab ma' players fil-lig li huma rikonoxxuti ħafna u li jiena ħadd dak l-onur ħassejtni grata ħafna. Però nipprova nagħmel li nista' biex dejjem naħdem, dejjem inkun ta' eżempju tajjeb. U naħseb huwa unur sabiħ ħafna li jkollok.
No, I'm very grateful for the award and like it was, I want to say unexpected, but like I'm grateful for it. And now luckily I'm able to coach as well. I'm coaching under 14, so they look up to me, I guess, and it's weird that you say it because I've always looked up to my brother, who was an incredible role model for me, and I followed everything that he did. So it's weird. It's weird having people like following you, calling you player of the year, and it's weird. It's weird.
Kif kienet l-esperjenza tiegħek s'issa bħala coach?
No, it's incredible. I love working with the kids that I have. The group is incredible. Their energy is incredible. They're literally, I don't want to say children because it makes me feel young again. You know, I am 23, but it makes me feel like a little kid at heart, you know. So we joke around, but then when it comes to training, we get serious.
Meta tiġi għal coaching fil-basketball, hemm eżempju ċertu proċessi li inti tgħaddi minnu jew qisu eventwalment bl-esperjenza u isek forsi tieħu courses ukoll biex inti jgħinuk biex tkun tista' tagħti training sessions aħjar ukoll.
It's there are courses available. Like I had just done one for the university in sport and physical activity, and yes, you can take these courses, and luckily we can use our experience through that to coach, and but mostly I think your experience in the game and throughout your life is what you can pass on to the children coming up.
U sissa fil-karriera tagħkom hemm forsi xi mument illi tgħidu waw ta' kien l-isbaħ mument tal-karriera tiegħi sissa għaliex kif qed naqadkom żgħar, so nista' nimmaġina kemm ħajkolkom aktar mumenti aħjar ukoll.
Naħseb għalija kien meta rbaħna l-ewwel lig, meta kont irbaħt l-ewwel lig mal-kbar u kelli naħseb 19. Konna tim vera maqut mal-Starlites u naħseb nixtieq nerġa' mmur lura fiż-żmien u nerġa' nesperjenza dik il-logħba li rbaħna biha.
U inti Ian.
I think for me, my one thing that comes to mind was like being on the court at the same time as my brother in national team. That's the first moment that comes to mind because like growing up with him, I'm following him all the time, and you know, being on the court with him and at such a important stage, you know, it's something you'll never forget.
It's something special, so.
Yes, exact.
So, issa ħanistaqsikom l-aħħar mistoqsija, maġa kieku għandkom time machine. U tistgħu tmorru fil-passat jew fil-futur u jew forsi telgħabu f'xi tournament jew ma' xi plejer jew team li vera tixtiequ, jista' jkun kwalunkwe lig fid-dinja, kwalunkwe team, persuna, fejn tmorru, għalkemm inti ġaqat li tixtieq tmur.
Ma nisa mur fil-futur. L-għandi żewġ options imur fil-futur. Kwalinkwa lig, mela ħammur fl-NBA.
Okay.
U nixtieq nilab ma' Luka Doncic mal-Mavericks.
Okay.
Luka Doncic kien dejjem plejer li ħarist liħ meta kont isni bdejt nifissa fil-basketball, so Luka Doncic.
Yep. It's a tough question, but probably I would say a person who I would have loved to play with, but I mean, it's sort of impossible, but I always looked up to. I had my first ever basketball jersey was his. It was Kobe Bryant, and he got so many young people into basketball, and like his impact was all over the world. So just be able to watch him, you know, in person. Like fortunately, I was able to watch a few games in person, the NBA, but he was out of this world. The things he used to do, his work ethic is known by everyone. 4 a.m. sessions and just to witness what his work, you know, that would have been incredible.
Well, thank you ħafna tal-lina għattu miegħi, jiena vera ħadgost nitkellem magħkom. Aħna nerġgħu nkunu magħkom nhar it-tlieta fl-istess ħin fit-8 fuq TVM Sport Plus. Insellmulkom. Dan il-programm huwa miġġub lilkom minn Hair Looks by Naomi, Micallef Fashion Stylist, LCY Kiki,